Have you ever felt like the room is still full of light, yet your heart is shrouded in darkness? The clock ticks steadily, marking each passing second, but no one stops by. No one sends a text or dials your number to ask, "How are you today?" The television hums in the background, but its noise only deepens the silence within. Old age isn't frightening. What's truly frightening is the loneliness that settles into your soul, like an uninvited guest. As the years pile on and life's rhythm slows, it's easy to feel disconnected, as if the world has moved on while you're left standing still. This isn't just a fleeting thought. Across the globe, from the skyscraper-lined streets of New York to the quiet corners of rural America, millions of older adults wrestle with this same quiet ache. A 2023 report from the National Institute on Aging revealed that nearly 1 in 3 people over 65 in the US feels isolated at least some of the time. But here's the question, does it have to stay that way? Is there a way to reignite that spark, to find peace and purpose even when the days feel long and empty? Let's explore how to take back control, how to rediscover the light within when old age knocks on the door. Stepping into old age can feel like stepping into a new, unfamiliar world. The roles that once defined life, being a parent, a provider, a pillar for the family, start to fade. Children grow up and move away, their lives filled with careers, spouses, and kids of their own. Phone calls that used to come daily dwindled to weekly, then monthly. Grandchildren, once eager to sit on your lap and listen to stories, now have their eyes glued to screens, their worlds revolving around friends and digital adventures. There are long afternoons spent by the window watching cars pass by, wondering, do I still matter to anyone? Then there's the body, which seems to betray you just when you need it most. Aches, creeping back pain that lingers after a short walk. Knees that creak with every step, blood pressure that swings unpredictably. Illness becomes a frequent visitor, sometimes minor, sometimes overwhelming. Worse still is the grief that strikes when a loved one passes, a spouse who shared morning coffee for decades, a sibling who knew all your secrets. The house grows quiet, the echoes of laughter replaced by a stillness that presses down on the chest. Stress weaves itself into every corner of this new reality. It's there in the sleepless nights, when the mind races with worries about health, finances, or simply what tomorrow will bring. A UCLA study found that 43% of older adults in the US experience persistent loneliness, which disrupts sleep, heightens anxiety, and even clouds memory over time. It's there in the sudden tears that come unbidden, a song on the radio, a photo tucked in a drawer, or a chilly wind that stirs up a vague, unshakable sadness. Emptiness, emotional fragility, chronic stress, these become shadows that trail behind, uninvited yet persistent in the landscape of lonely old age. Why does old age amplify these feelings so intensely? The answer lies in both biology and circumstance, as explained by some of America's top minds. Dr. John Cacioppo, a pioneering loneliness researcher from the University of Chicago, noted that aging brings shifts in hormone levels. Cortisol, the stress hormone, often spikes as physical health wanes or social connections thin out. This hormonal imbalance makes the mind more reactive, turning small triggers, a forgotten birthday, a cloudy day, or an unanswered message, onto waves of unease. But it's more than just hormones. The brain itself changes with age. The prefrontal cortex, which helps regulate emotions, doesn't work as efficiently, while the amygdala, tied to fear and sadness, can become. This is why a quiet house might suddenly feel unbearable, or why a minor ache spirals into a day of worry. Loneliness, then, isn't just an emotion, it's a signal from the brain screaming for connection, much like hunger begs for food. And the stakes are high. The American Psychological Association (APA) has linked chronic loneliness to serious physical decline, higher risks of heart disease, strokes, and diabetes, not to mention a shorter lifespan. Dr. Lisa Berkman from Harvard University put it starkly: loneliness is a public health crisis, as deadly as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. The body and mind are intertwined. When one falters, the other follows. Fatigue sets in, stress festers, and without a way to release it, that dark cloud grows heavier. Yet, amidst this, there's hope. Science also shows we're wired to adapt, to heal and to find balance, no matter how many years we've lived. Self-soothing emotions. When the weight of loneliness presses down, start by turning inward. Keeping a journal is a simple, powerful tool. Each day, grab a pen and scribble down what's on your mind: the delight of a warm cup of tea, the pang of missing an old friend, or the stillness of a rainy afternoon. Dr. James Pennebecker from the University of Texas found that this act of writing reduces stress by 20% and helps untangle emotions over time. No need for perfect sentences, just let the words flow as they come. Music can be a balm too. Try meditation tracks, soft piano, flowing water, or ambient sounds that wash over you like a gentle tide. Studies from the National Institutes of Health show that calming music lowers cortisol levels within 15 minutes. Or pick up a book that quiets the soul, maybe a collection of poetry, a guide to mindfulness, or a novel that sweeps you into another world. These moments of escape can reset a restless mind. Breathing exercises offer another lifeline. Sit back, close your eyes, and breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4, then exhale slowly for 6. Do this for 5 to 10 rounds, feeling the tension melt with each breath. If you're up for it, light yoga at home, stretching your arms overhead. Twisting gently side to side can loosen both body and spirit. The Mayo Clinic reports that even 10 minutes of such movement boosts mood and eases physical strain. For a creative twist, try art. Doodle on a scrap of paper, color in a book, or paint with watercolors, no skill required. Research from Drexel University shows that 45 minutes of creative activity slashes stress hormones, even for beginners. These small acts anchor you to the present, softening the edges of a tough day. Connecting with others. Loneliness thrives in isolation, so break the cycle with connection, however small. Step out to a local senior club. Many offer card games, bingo, or gardening groups. Or sign up for a class. Learn to strum a guitar, bake a cake, or sketch a flower. A University of Michigan study found that socially active older adults are 24% less likely to face depression. And they report sharper memory too. Even one outing a week can shift the tide. If leaving home feels hard, reach for the phone. Call a friend from years past about their grandkids, or reminisce about a shared laugh. Text a neighbor, saw your roses blooming beautiful. A 2022 survey by AARP showed that 70% of older adults felt happier after a single meaningful chat. Don't wait for others to call first. Your voice might be the warmth they need to. Pets can transform solitude into companionship. A cat purring on your lap or a dog nudging you for a walk brings life back to a quiet home. Dr. Edward Krecken of the Mayo Clinic calls pets four-legged therapists, citing studies where dog owners had 30% lower stress levels and better heart health. If a pet isn't an option, even watching birds at a feeder or tending a plant can spark a sense of care and routine. Online connections count too. Join a forum about a hobby: photography, knitting, history, and share a thought. Video calls with family, even across miles, shrink the distance. The key is consistency. A little outreach each day builds a bridge out of loneliness. Maintaining a positive lifestyle, a healthy body, fuels a resilient mind. Exercise doesn't need to be grand. 20 minutes of walking. Feeling the breeze and hearing leaves rustle lifts endorphins naturally. Indoors, try chair exercises. Lift your legs, roll your shoulders, stretch your hands. The American Heart Association says 150 minutes of light activity weekly cuts stress and boosts energy. Food plays a starring role. Eat at regular times: oatmeal with berries for breakfast, grilled fish with greens for dinner. Omega-3 rich foods like salmon or walnuts sharpen focus, while dark chocolate, in moderation, nudges serotonin up. Columbia University research links balanced diets to a 30% drop in cognitive decline. Sip water throughout the day. Dehydration sneaks up and muddies the mood. Sleep matters too. Set a rhythm: dim lights an hour before bed, skip coffee afternoon. A warm bath or herbal tea chamomile works wonders, signals rest. The National Sleep Foundation notes that good sleep halves anxiety in older adults. Filter what you consume beyond food. Skip the endless news cycles, hop it for a funny movie, a podcast about nature, or silence with a view. Stanford studies show that cutting negative media reduces cortisol by 15%. Fill your days with what lifts you up, and watch stress lose its grip. Loneliness is a feeling, not a life sentence. No matter how many candles are on your cake, as long as your heart still stirs with joy, with memory, with hope, you deserve peace and love. Old age isn't a curtain falling, it's a stage for new beginnings, a chance to savor the quiet beauty of a sunrise, the comfort of a familiar song, or the satisfaction of a kind word shared. Start small, breathe deeply today, call someone tomorrow, step outside this week. Each choice is a thread, weaving a brighter tapestry. Share this with an older loved one. It might light a spark, might mend a weary spirit. Lonely old age isn't an unbreakable wall. It's a challenge you can meet with courage, one gentle step at a time, because you're still here, and you're still worthy of happiness.